3. Baseball trick shots. Wait.
Hello everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video in which we're gonna talk about a regular tech tree tank from World of Tanks PC being implemented as premium or collectible in World of Tanks Blitz. I decided to do this video simply because when I did the video yesterday on the AMX M4 1954, I saw that a lot of people in the comments were raging at Wargaming, saying it's literally unfair that World of Tanks PC has access to these tanks for free, and here in World of Tanks Blitz it's the money that is ruling the game. And even if I can agree with most of you on this stuff about money, crates and all tier 10 collectibles being in crates, there are several things that you need to understand in order for you to know why Wargaming is doing this in World of Tanks Blitz. So in order to respond to the question why do we have collectibles while World of Tanks PC has tech tree tanks, you need to understand one thing. The games, both of them, have different popularities. World of Tanks PC is way more popular than World of Tanks Blitz, and statistics don't lie. If you take a look at both popularity of these games on Twitch, you will see that on World of Tanks PC you have something like 2.7 million followers, and on Twitch it's something around 135,000 of people following World of Tanks Blitz, so there is a huge gap between both games. And why am I telling you all of this? Why is popularity of the game impacting? I'm gonna tell you why. The more followers you have, the more popular the game is. The more popular the game is, the more money you are gonna make out of your game. And the main difference between World of Tanks PC and World of Tanks Blitz is that World of Tanks Blitz budget is really less than the one they currently have on World of Tanks PC. Therefore, it's harder for them to make money in order to develop the game. But even if we have to take into consideration the fact that both games are not made for the same platform and therefore the expenses of World of Tanks Blitz are few and less than the ones we have on World of Tanks PC, you still have a lot to spend in order to run the game and to update it regularly. Which leads us to crates, because the best way to make money on a game like World of Tanks Blitz is selling new tanks, broken tanks in crates. And if you take a look at the statistics, people are willing to spend on crates much more for a tier 10 than a tier 8 or a tier 9 or anything like that. Because let's face it, tier 10 is the god tier of this game. Everybody's grinding in order to get to a tier 10. So if you can manage to have a brand new tier 10 simply by spending money, of course you're gonna make it, and you're more entitled to do so for a tier 10 than a tier 8. And that's why we have tier 10s in crates and only in crates. Never in the existence of World of Tanks Blitz did we see any tier 10 tank collectible in something else than crates the first time they are being released. Of course they come after in gold. It's 24,000, after it drops to 17,000, after it drops to 15,000, and it stays at 15,000 most of the time. And yes, that's one way to make money for Blitz, because they need to run the game, and to run the game they need money, and the best way to make money is crates, even if we don't like it as players. Now that we talked about crates overall, why these tanks are coming this way in the shop, we have to talk about one other subject, which is the tech tree tank from World of Tanks PC being collectibles here in Blitz. I want to remind you one thing. The main difference between World of Tanks Blitz and PC, despite the fact that they have artillery and the graphics are overall better, the main difference is that here in World of Tanks Blitz it's 7 against 7. In World of Tanks PC it's 15 versus 15. And even if in World of Tanks PC these tanks are tech tree, you can research them and you can actually play them. I mean, they're accessible to every kind of players, regardless of how much money you're willing to spend. It's 15 versus 15. And the Super Conqueror, for example, that's the best example out of the list here. The Super Conqueror in a 15 versus 15 match is still a great tank. Don't mind me, I'm not saying that in World of Tanks PC this tank is average. It's extremely well performing. But in Blitz, just imagine if this tank was a tech tree. Everybody will go for it, everybody will play it, and it will simply ruin the game. Because the Super Conqueror OPness is not the same in a 15 versus 15 match and in an 8 versus 8 match. You are much more impactful as a Super Conqueror in an 8 versus 8 match, which makes it literally broken here. That's why Wargaming has to sort out the number of players that can actually play this tank, and the best way to sort out with Wargaming getting a benefit from it is money. And the second factor to even decrease the number of players actually playing these tanks is the crates, because in crates you have a certain amount, a percentage of chances to get these tanks in these crates. Of course, you can go for the 25 charms, because now Wargaming is implementing a charm system, but it's still gonna be quite expensive. I mean, it's around 300 euros for one tank if you're not going through the Amazon method, which is quite a lot to spend for a mobile game. I mean, if you're not highly rich or YouTuber, it's nearly impossible for you to get these tanks. And it's a good way for Wargaming to simply don't destroy the matchmaking, because doing this, it allows not too much people to have these tanks, and therefore not a lot of them are in matchmaking at tier 10. But in the other hand, it's pissed off people, which is totally understandable, because it means the rich are simply ruling the game. Because if you need to be rich to get OP tanks, of course, poor players, I don't like to use this term, but it's easier for me, poor players or people, either poor or people that don't want to spend, which is totally understandable as well, spend money in a mobile game, are upset about this. That's why I think there are other ways for Wargaming to simply regulate the number of tanks we see, especially collectibles at tier 10. But these other ways are not milking as much money for the developers as the crate system. That's why I don't think they will ever change the crate system for now. At least they improved it with the charms, because now with 25 charms you can get the tank guaranteed. Even if it's quite expensive, you still have it guaranteed after a certain amount of gambling, which is a nice add, I think, in my opinion. So on this one, even if it's gonna surprise a lot of people, I gotta agree with Wargaming's system of putting these OP tanks in crates, because if we didn't have crates to regulate the number of OP tanks that are supposed to be tech tree in World of Tanks PC but would be completely broken in World of Tanks Blitz if they were implemented this way, crates is the best way, because it combines both the sort out of player and a way for developers to milk money, and they need money to run the game. That's something I agree with you guys. It's upsetting, but that's how it is. Maybe they will find a better system, and I wish they will, but for the moment it's the most effective one, and we are gonna have to deal with it. Now, of course, there are other ways for us to unlock these tanks completely for free, but that will also allow the game to develop as a community. For example, the same way we have Clan Wars in World of Tanks PC, we could have this in Blitz, and the main reward would be something like getting Badger, Super Conqueror, or anything like that. And this way, all the top players will be able to get this tank. I mean, it would be fair for these players to actually unlock these tanks for free, because that's a skill-based event, something like that. You understand what I'm saying? If we had Clan Wars, but the problem is, Clan Wars is really expensive to put in. I don't think it's the main focus for World of Tanks Blitz at the moment. Maybe in the future we might see that, but for the moment, no. And as we don't have this for the moment, crates is still the best system. But we can still hope that in the future, Wargaming will actually try to implement maybe Clan Wars or even missions. You know, the same mission system we have in World of Tanks PC. You have very, very difficult missions, and when you manage to get them finally done, you will unlock these tanks. That was the case in World of Tanks PC for the Chimera, not the T22 Medium. Yes, the T22 Medium was one as well. Also the Object 260 that we don't have here yet. I think it's gonna come. I don't know when. But yeah, overall, it would be a better way because it's fair. I mean, it doesn't imply money, at least it's skill-based event. But yeah, as it's not milking money, and the game definitely needs money, especially with the COVID crisis running on at the moment, because even if you don't see it, Wargaming is running out of money because of that, as it's a company and every single company is suffering from this. They have to recover. That's why we have interesting offers in the shop at the moment and all that stuff. At least that's what I think. Maybe I'm wrong. It's possible. I mean, I'm not a Wargaming employee, so I'm not inside the financial situation of the company. But for the moment, I think they need money, and it's gonna even delay even more the original plans, maybe for clan wars and all that stuff. So yeah, if I had to sum up a little bit the subject of this video, and for those of you who don't like hearing me talk for more than 10 minutes straight, which is understandable, I'm gonna sum up what I'm thinking right now and what was the purpose of this video. It's not really to defend Wargaming, because there are literally better ways to give us these tanks for free, but they need money, and the best way to make money is crates, and also it allows them to regulate tier 10. If we had this tank running around literally for free for everybody, I can tell you that everybody will spam these tanks, and therefore it will make tier 10 unplayable for all the other tanks that are not the Super Conqueror or maybe the Badger or anything like that. That's why crates is actually a good system to regulate. I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. If you want to go further into the discussion, I'm streaming on Twitch this afternoon, probably, because I'm streaming pretty much every afternoon. So if you want to talk about that in stream, we can. The link of my Twitch would be in the description, same for the Discord server. And if you have any other ways, actually, to give these tanks for free, and at the same time regulate the number of tanks we will be, just tell me in the comments, because I'm actually interested in what you guys think about the overall crate system. Not in a money way, but do you think it's a good regulator for Wargaming to allow tier 10 to be still playable even if we have some broken tanks? So tell me in the comments, I'm interested. I'm gonna see you soon, probably for a new video about whatever subject. And I will also stream soon enough in World of Tank Blitz on YouTube. Thank you all for joining, see you soon and take care.